I talked to a lot of different agents about the work you've done since you've done Harry Potter, and they are very. They say you've done such a great job, you know, because it's so difficult to get rid of a role, especially the role as Harry Potter.
Thank you.
And you've struggled hard to get where you are. Can you tell me a little bit about that struggle?
Well, I mean, I think when growing up in England and in the way that I did, I definitely had an awareness that there were going to be certain people or certain media outlets in Britain. I mean, to give you an example, the day after I was cast as Harry when I was 11, there were articles published in papers, one of them particularly I remember, basically telling me how my life was over and I would never be anything but this character and it was going to drive me crazy. And as it had done, I guess, to the guy that was writing it. But, you know, so you sort of grow up with that sense of, you know, what's going to happen next, how am I going to progress in this afterwards. And for myself, I always knew that I was willing to work harder than people thought I would want to work, and you know, I was never going to be, when I found my place in this industry, and when I was very young and I loved it, I just knew I was never going to let anything stop me from doing this thing that I loved. And so yeah, and luckily I've been given opportunities to do different kinds of things and show different sides of myself and of my ability, I hope. Taking that into consideration, is this movie very special for you? It's very important, I think, because it's the first time that on film I've ever played a contemporary character. I mean, there is, I think, a danger for British actors particularly, that we can get stuck in sort of period costume dramas and stuff like that, and you know, we do a lot of that stuff, and I have done a lot of that stuff. So yeah, I was definitely like, to just come onto set and be able to play a normal human being, and also this was the film that I've done where I've most allowed my own personality to sort of come into the character as well, and you know, that was a lot of fun. It was a very much more relaxed feeling than I'm used to on set. But is it too difficult for an actor, you know, to shift and to do various roles? You know, I don't think so. I've been getting, I think you have to be really clear with your agents and the people who represent you about the kind of career you want to have and about the kind of roles you want to take. But no, I think there are, people are still making weird, interesting, intelligent movies. You know, this and another movie I did the same year as this called Horns are totally different kinds of film, but are both, you know, smart and, you know, have original ideas and hopefully are really exciting and different. And I'm in a situation where I don't have to do things unless I'm passionate about them, so I'm very lucky for that. You had pretty good reviews in this movie, and also about you yourself as an actor and what you're doing there. What made you most happy in these reviews? You know, I guess you know, when people like the film, and I guess, you know, that's the thing. It's whenever somebody's complimenting the film, it's a huge compliment to us, because you know, the film is based around these relationships, and that's what drives the film forward, and that's what keeps you interested as an audience member, is watching these people you know, talk to each other and interact with each other. So yeah, I don't know what I'm most pleased with about it. I'm most pleased people are laughing, to be honest. People are finding me funny, which is great. Yeah. But now also it seems that the reviewers, they tend to care about, are you free of this Harry Potter role? Yeah, and what, I mean, is that annoying for you, or? It's not annoying, it's just like I wonder, because they say it about every single film I do, and I don't think there's ever going to be one film that separates me entirely from Harry. So you know, I guess I'm not annoyed by it, but I sort of go, when's it gonna stop? Like because you know, that you would think there would come a time where to write that would be sort of redundant, but you know, maybe not. I might be reading it for another 10 years or so, but it doesn't annoy me. You know, the fact is, if people still like the film, then you know, I'm happy with that. So what's your next dream? My next dream is, you know, I want to write and direct. That's the thing I want to do. You know, not immediately, but hopefully within the next 10 years or so. So yeah, I'd love to do that, and I just want to keep acting. I just want to, you know, continue to try and get better at my job, and you know, work with good people who I learn from, and you know, just try and stay learning. Are there ever times where you regret having played Harry Potter? No, never. Even when, even like in my late teens when, you know, I was very kind of anxious and was dealing with a lot of stuff in the media, and with, you know, when the sort of the downside, even when the downsides of fame sort of come into your life, I always could balance it out because I had this great job, and it had, you know, it's given me a direction and something I want to do with my life, and a passion, and, you know, for all the, you know, people can write as many crappy articles about made up stories about me if they want to, but ultimately at the end of the day I still get to go to set and do a job I love. So yeah, there's never been a moment when I you know, didn't wish I hadn't done it.